This post was inspired by Queen Mother Ayala Van Zandt. Her new book, Spiritual Hygiene, is available now on Amazon Prime audiobooks. Check it out now. Good morning, fellas. How y'all doing? Real quick note, something I would like for you guys to contemplate. Hygiene. We talk about the three layers of ourselves, mind, body, and spirit, but I like to touch base on hygiene. We know what physical hygiene is, right? Because we do that all the time. We clean ourselves and let's not just think about ourselves, but also think about our women and think about our kids and family. And how do we teach this as leaders of our family about hygiene? So we all have experience with how we learned how to shave. You know, who taught us how to shave? Was it our father? Was it the absence of our father that made us figure it out on our own, or an uncle? Right? So we all have these routines that we do to make sure that we're clean. You know, sometimes I know in my older age, I need to cut my nose hairs a lot more than I used to, right? For some reason, as you get older, your nose hairs grow fast. And then when you get gray hairs, those grow faster than the black hair. So we got that down. Hopefully we got that down, right? But if you never explain to your 6 or 7 year old after they go boo boo, they got to come back 10 minutes later and wipe again, they always gonna have them stains in their drawers. Somebody has to tell them that, right? So we're busy on that. But let's talk about mental hygiene. Mental hygiene is taking something that is not as clean as we would like it to be and make it clean, right? So how do we actually do that? How do we cleanse our minds? We want to filter it, right? There's a couple ways that the cleanse is to wipe off, is to pick out the imperfections, or to sift through a screener. So I think when it comes down to mental, I'm thinking, let's sift what we're putting into our mental, our thought process. Let's sift out the stuff that is not of God, that is not helpful to us, that's self-defeating, the negative thoughts that we have. Let's sift those out. Let's figure out why we're thinking those thoughts and kind of reframe them and say, you know what, I was a kid. I made a mistake. I didn't do it right. You know, yeah. Every time somebody says I'm a great dude, in the back of my mind, I think about the mistakes that I made. Somebody thinks I'm great in a relationship, and I start thinking about all the bad things that I've done in relationships because I haven't forgiven myself. So we have to learn how to forgive ourselves and let those mistakes that we made melt away. That's mental hygiene, right? So we can start feeding ourselves some positive information about ourselves and not allow the negative stuff in. Another thing about mental hygiene is, what am I taking in? What kind of stuff am I allowing my family to watch on TV that creates a part of their reality? Because junk in, junk out. What you see comes into your eyes, and what you hear comes into your ears, whether it be music or hip hop or whatever it is, and it gets and attaches to your soul, and it becomes a part of your mentality. So as leaders of our households and our families, we want to screen what our families are taking in. Just like in physical hygiene, you want to take in healthy stuff, healthy experiences, things that help your blood flow, and exclude all the cookies and the chips and the processed foods and all that stuff, right? So mental hygiene, physical hygiene, now spiritual hygiene. What are we doing to cleanse our spirits? What are we doing to make sure that our spirits are pure and that we have good intentions on how we treat people, how we treat ourselves? One obvious way is to get into the Word, right? If you're a believer and you believe in Jesus Christ or the Bible, the more that you take in of good, positive information, and the good book will definitely help cleanse your spirit, right? One of the good things about prayer is spending time with the Lord, asking Him for what you need, praising Him for all that He is, whether if He gives you something or not, and also thanking Him for everything that He has done for you, all the covering and the protection and the experiences that you've had, and you weren't killed or destroyed. You can thank Him for that. And spending time with the Lord in prayer is a way of spiritual hygiene. And meditation, just sitting and being quiet, you know, not taking in anything, just being present in the moment, whether it be looking at the wind blow through the trees or looking at taking two leaves and just comparing them and understanding that they are unique in themselves, and you are unique. So appreciating all the things that God has done to give us this space. So that meditation, sitting in silence, is a way of cleansing our spirit, because we're not too busy consumed with the things of the world, but we're absorbing the things of God. All right. So just quick thoughts that I want to run by with you. Hygiene, spiritual hygiene, physical hygiene, and also mental hygiene. Take these thoughts, wrestle with them, implement some ideas into your daily routine, spread those things to your family, your loved ones, and let's get it in. All right. Have a good day.